One of the things that cracks me up about people on social media, the negative ones, is that they will say things to you from behind a device that they would never say to another person's face. If you are trying to get into the content creation space, I want to let you know that you are going to deal with just pure nastiness. So just get ready. But I also want to let you know that you don't have to put up with it. I have been creating content for a long time. I have been put in many a situation where I have been quote unquote the laughing stock, or I've gone viral, and it's not been in a positive way. It's been in a way to demean me or make fun of me or what have you, right? So I'll never forget like when Twitter started, and I was one of the first people that I saw promoting my hair business on Twitter. And I was getting laughed at for that. Oh, this girl trying to sell weave on Twitter. Ha ha. Now look at how everybody is promoting their businesses on social media. I've talked about numerous times my battles with alopecia and hair loss and things like that. I will literally put a disclaimer and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is why my hair looks the way it looks. You know, whatever. It'll still go viral. They'll still try to make fun of it without knowing or even caring, because people just don't care. It's not about what they don't know. It's just they don't care. I look at how people do Shamar. That boy can't help that he got scoliosis, but people gonna make fun of him for making the best out of shit, being alive, right? So in today's digital age, social media is such a huge part of our lives. We use it for business, we use it for our own personal connections, and with that, you're going to at some point get or receive a negative comment or criticism, whether it's a troll, whether it's a disgruntled customer, whether it's someone that disagrees with you, and sometimes it be your own friends and family, to be honest with you. You're going to have to figure out how to deal with negativity online, because it can be tough. So in this episode, I'm going to share some tips on how to stay calm, respond gracefully, and protect your peace when those negative comments come your way. Also, in addition to things that I've done, things that have helped me out. So I know it's easier said than done, but first thing first, don't take it personally. Negative comments, especially from strangers online, are obviously more about the commenter than they are about you. But honestly, I would say they're not even just random people online, your family members too, because once again, there are things that people will say to you on these apps that they would never say to you in person. I had an aunt that under every hair post that I would make, if it was something that she disagreed with, she would let me know. And I remember one time telling her, like, you're not even my customer. Like, I'm gonna block you. Like, I need you to chill. If I spoke up about something on a personal page, she would have something to say. But this is someone that never supported me in real life. And that's how y'all gotta look at it too. Like, would I trade places with this person? If it's someone that I know, would I trade places with this person? Would I take advice from them? No? Okay, so why do I care about what they have to say? A lot of these people are speaking up about things that they couldn't even possibly do themselves. That's why they're trying to talk. That's why they're talking to you the way that they are. As a hairstylist, I get so often, oh, I would never pay this for that. Well, then you're not my target audience. You're not my customer. But you feel the need to come past my page and tell me that. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it used to bother me, but then I had to realize, like, well, if they're not willing to pay me what I asked, then that's not my customer anyway. So why do I care? And I tell people all the time, there is no freedom of speech on my page. So the minute that you come with the rah-rah and the silly mess or negativity or low vibrational energy, I'm going to delete you. I'm going to block you. Depending on the person, some people, I like to restrict them on Instagram so they can still see and they can comment and do all of that, but they talking to themselves. That's like my favorite pastime. So you have to understand that whether it's on the internet or in real life, they often project their own frustrations, insecurities, or bad days onto other people, and sometimes you're just a target of their venting. Another thing that I want y'all to think about too is there are some people that will follow you on social media. They know that they don't like you, but they can't stop watching you. So keep an eye out for like those situations where people tell on themselves. This is one lady on my hair page, and she swears that she's a hairstylist. Y'all take that how y'all want to take it, right? I could literally post today, you can achieve red hair without doing a two-step process for color. Even though I may be right, let's say that I mastered something, she gonna get under them comments and be like, no, you have to do the 2 steps. It's not gonna look how you want it to look if you don't bleach it first. She does that under everything. Y'all, I just let her talk to herself. I don't know this lady. I never seen this lady outside. I don't know this woman from a can of paint. I've also seen instances where I've gone viral and the same people that follow me be in the comments on the pages that repost my videos, and they're running their mouth. But you're following me. Yeah, you're weird. But then you have to look at it and like for someone like myself, I don't put a lot of value in like followers. Like followers don't determine how I feel about myself and my business, right? But when you look at it from their perspective, like this might be somebody with 600 followers. You think that by engaging with me, you're gonna get some kind of like attention. You're not. You're restricted. Nobody sees you. You're talking to yourself. So you just have to realize that a lot of these people, they feel a way about you because of themselves. It literally has nothing to do with you. Like I said, look how people treat Shamar. Can Shamar be annoying? Yes. But none of us know what it's like to be Shamar. No one knows what it's like to live in his body. There are so many people I see on the internet, and they just get up on the internet and they beat themselves every day. And there are so many people, droves of people, just being nasty to them for no reason. Like, unless this person did something directly to you, and even then, why are you on their page? Like, pay them dust. Leave them alone. And I had to learn that some of these people, when they're trolling you, they're doing it because they want some sort of like they get a kick out of it. I watched this YouTube video not too long ago where they were talking about that. Like, there are literally people that just get a kick out of being nasty to random strangers on the internet. Which is why, like, cyberbullying is actually a crime now. Like, and in the documentary, it was this lady, and she lived in, like, England or something, somewhere in the UK. And this other woman was running for, like, some government office. And the girl said that she was drunk. She had just broke up with her boyfriend, so she was hella emotional. And this lady's page came across her timeline. And she said some very nasty things to this woman that I won't repeat. But their version of the FBI pretty much found her based off of her IP address, and they arrested her ass. And she deserved it. And she even said, like, she can't even tell you why she did what she did. It was just like, and she said she did apologize, but she totally understands, like, how that could have been dangerous. So, just remember that engaging with someone who's being intentionally rude or inflammatory is obviously, it's often a lose-lose situation because their actual goal is to get a reaction. And so when you respond to them, it might fuel the fire. And there's literally people that sit up on the internet and got shit else better to do with their lives, and they will literally sit there and go back and forth with you for as long as you can. There's people on the internet committed to being stupid. Let them be stupid on their own, baby. You don't get no play over here. The minute you say some shit I don't like, you gotta go. The minute I feel like you being funny, at this point in my life, I don't even clarify it. You gotta go. I don't care what you said. I don't care how you meant it. You gotta go. So, for those of you that own a business, right? What if it is a legitimate criticism or concern from a customer? In those cases, a thoughtful, professional response is usually the best course of action. So I haven't gone through this in a while, but I had an irate customer one time, and she accused me of stealing from her because her deposit, I refunded her deposit to her, but for some reason, she didn't get it, or there was a delay. So instead of reaching out to me herself and saying, hey, it's been so many days, I didn't get my refund, can you please check into what's going on? She immediately jumped on Instagram, and she jumped on Instagram at a time where no one was awake because she wanted to make sure I woke up to this the next morning. And I was all kinds. I was everything but a child of God, y'all. All of that. So what did I do? I responded under and I said, I'm so sorry that you have not received your deposit. I'm going to text you right now. And then when I got in the messages and me and her was talking, she did apologize for how she came at me. And she said, I was angry, yada, 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 yada. But people, especially now, they will try to publicly humiliate you. So because she was upset, it was like, let me tell everybody that this bitch is a thief. And it's funny because once we worked it out, literally the next day, it was something like whatever debit card she used, she ended up getting a new card. And so the money could not go back to that debit card. So we ended up, I had my payment processor get in contact with her bank. The deposit was in her account the next day. I ain't stealing nobody money because I don't want nobody stealing from me. I always say, like, I've had what I call pre-karma, where I feel like there have been things that have happened to me just so God lets me know that I don't want to do that to somebody else. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Here's a few things to keep in mind when you do choose to respond. Number one, stay calm. It's so easy to get defensive or emotional, but take a step back before typing anything. This is something that I practice in every single area of my life. If I don't have anything nice to say, I don't say anything until I have something nice to say. And this is in regards, like I said, to my business, because if you overall are not a nice person, I'm just not gonna deal with you at all. If when it comes to my personal life, I have no patience for any shenanigans. I don't care who you are. So if you come at me or come to me with a silly mess, I'm just gonna block you. It's not a whole lot of people in my life that mean enough to me to where I'm going to sacrifice my well-being because you want to be a weirdo today. So, if needed, take a few deep breaths or even step away from your phone for a moment before crafting your response. Responding out of anger or frustration is rarely productive, which is true. Another piece of advice that I have is if you work in a professional setting, ChatGPT is your best friend. When I don't know what to say or I don't have a polite way to say it, I will literally ask them, please craft a response for me in, with this particular tone. And this is what I want to say, but I don't have the words for it. And it'll craft the response, baby, and I just copy and paste it. It's not even something that you really need to be spending all of your time and energy on anyway, to keep it above with you. Number 2, acknowledge your concern. Start by recognizing a person's feelings. So, for example, say something like, I'm really sorry that you had this experience, or I understand why you'd feel that way. That can go a long way. Like I said with the young lady with the situation with her appointment. First thing I said was, I'm so sorry that you did not receive your deposit. Not, didn't I tell you to call your bank? I see how people talk to people on the internet, especially people that want to spend money with them, and it's concerning. So outside of just the fact that clearly you don't want any money, y'all do know that people could find y'all, right? I want that silence to be loud on purpose. Now I do realize that people can find you. We have to do better with how we talk to people too, right? But that's another conversation for another day. Acknowledging another person's perspective shows empathy even when you don't agree with it. 3, offer a solution or clarification. I've done this too. And when I don't know what to do, I will ask them, how would you like to rectify this situation? Because when you run a business, people don't want to admit this, but you and your customer that is a collaborative effort, especially when you work in the service industry. Yes, you are the one performing the service, but you two have to collaborate in order for the client to get their desired end result. So if there's something that can be fixed or addressed, offer to make it right. For example, I'd love to make this up to you. Please feel free to reach out via DM or email or by text message or however, and we can resolve this. If it's a misunderstanding, calmly explain your side of the story, but avoid getting into a heated debate. Number 4, be polite and professional. No matter how harsh the climate might be, always maintain your professionalism. You want your public response to reflect the positive values of your brand or personal image. This is so big. Another thing that I think we can all notice when it comes to anybody's brand is those brands where the responses are snippy and negative. You might have some people in the comments laughing about it, but it just brings more negative energy. It's not bringing you sales. It's bringing you negative energy. Here's something else to consider. And I do this too. Learn how to turn these negative comments into something positive. So sometimes these negative comments can actually be an opportunity. So if someone shares a genuine concern, this is your chance to showcase how you handle feedback and customer service. So this goes back to when I said that, like, I got in the comments and I replied back to this lady. If you respond thoughtfully, you can actually build trust and loyalty within your audience. So with this lady, I did apologize for the delay, even though it wasn't my fault. I did apologize. She apologized for how she spoke to me, but I have a zero tolerance policy on disrespect. So once you call me out of my name, once you talk to me crazy, you gotta go. It's no hard feelings, but you will never get a second chance to do that to me again. But on the other side of that, you will see how that affects the other people that might want to patronize your business. So that goes back to, like I said, if you're just on social media talking to people crazy, you have to understand that you're going to attract a certain type of person or a certain type of audience, right? So I had a situation not too long ago, well, maybe about 2 years ago now, where I had a client and her mom booked an appointment with me. Everything was everything. She booked another appointment and she flaked. And instead of telling her daughter that she just didn't come, she tried to tell her daughter that I canceled the appointment. And so the daughter texted me flashing on me, and I was like, oh, let me send you the receipts. That's not what happened. She just never came. Then the daughter tried to move the goalpost and be like, oh, well, she didn't want to drive in the rain. Okay, whatever happened, she didn't come. And the policy for flakes is that if you don't show up, you're blocked from booking in the future. So that's how she found out, because she wanted to book another appointment for her mom. Excuse me. But instead of asking me, hey, my mom's trying to book an appointment, but she can't. Is my mom banned? Like, what happened? Then we could work it out. And the crazy thing is, the girl is a nail tech, so you'd think she'd understand, but whatever. So with her, she actually just reached out to me not too long ago and requested that she could start being serviced again. But you disrespected me. And I did tell her that. Like, I understand you going to bat for your mom, but the way that you spoke to me, you didn't have to do that. We are two grown adults. I spoke to you with nothing but respect. I understand you wanting to figure out what's going on with your mama. But like I said, I have a zero tolerance policy on disrespect. You cannot justify disrespecting me. So when you decide to die on that hill, you stay there. And that's just what it is. But I definitely do take into consideration certain things. Like, that's not a situation that, that's whatever. But even when I see on, like, other people's social media pages where, like, I see a customer, it might be somebody that's like, how much? Do we get tired of hearing how much? Yes. So in that case, cultivate like a copy and paste response. I do it all the time. If you think I'm going to keep typing out the same answer to 15 people, I'm not doing that. I keep certain scripted answers in my notes app, and I just copy and paste. Or they have apps now that automatically respond to you, but I don't like those because I just feel like it's spam. So let's say that someone complains about a service that they didn't like. If you apologize, acknowledge their frustration, and offer a way to fix the issue, you're showing others that you care about your clients and followers. In many cases, people will actually appreciate your transparency and professionalism. And if they feel heard, they're more likely to stick around as a customer, or at least a follower. And you'd be surprised how many clients, and this is going to sound crazy to y'all, how many times I've been in a situation like this, and even if it's a client that is not welcome back in my chair, they will still refer people. I've had that happen so much, and they'd be like, oh yeah, such and such sent me to you. And I'd be thinking in the back of my head, like, damn, that's real, that's love, because she can't come back. So, excuse me, guys. Now that we got that out the way, what about the comments that are just downright mean, tacky, just nasty, just like, damn, who's spitting your cereal, right? Here's what we do. Here's where we get into, like, the tricky part of protecting your peace. So it's crucial to know when to simply block or delete. You do not owe these crazy ass people a response. You do not owe these people your time of day. I don't believe that I'm better than anybody, but some people literally are the equivalent to the gum under my shoe, and I don't care. So a lot of these people on social media don't know us. They don't know us from a can of paint. And another thing that I like to put into perspective for y'all is the fact that you get a new piece of information every 7 seconds. So if you get on like TikTok, or you get on Instagram Reels, or you get on YouTube Shorts, you're literally being fed a new video every 7 seconds. People's attention span, it does not exist anymore, right? So a lot of the time, when people are commenting or responding, they forget that there is a human being with feelings behind this content. And some of them just genuinely don't care because they don't like themselves. So you don't owe that an explanation. Now, if somebody's genuinely asking, or they're saying, you know what, I've never seen this done like this before, it's not really my thing, but like, you know, can I ask why you did this? That's fine. That's an opportunity to educate. But if they just saying, oh, that shit is ugly, I would never, I hope you didn't pay for this, block, delete. And another thing, y'all, as a service provider, one of the things that grinds my gears is like, let's say that a makeup artist has a client that has hyperpigmentation and maybe PCOS, so she has facial hair. You know, when you post that client, that you're going to get some people that are excited to see your work and see how you slayed that. And then you're going to get people that are just downright just disgusting individuals. And they're going to make fun of this lady's condition, even though they know that she has one. There's something that burns my ass about people leaving the comments on and allowing their clients to get made fun of in such a manner. Baby, I do not play them kind of games. Everybody is welcome in my chair. Everybody. The whole world is not quote unquote conventionally beautiful. It may be somebody that got a little lip mustache. Baby, if she don't mind it, if she didn't wax it today, why the hell do you care? Why are you bothered about it? What does that have to do with you going on about the rest of your day? And that's how you really got to start looking at people. Really realize these people are miserable as hell. And the internet gives them a space to dump off that misery because they can't do it in their real lives. And half them damn people ain't even got nobody because they ugly on the inside. So no matter how, you know, sometimes we try to, not every experience is a learning experience. I mean, it's not an opportunity for learning, right? Because there's been times where I'll respond to somebody and I'll just respond in an educational manner. And they be like, I don't care, I said what I said. Like, it's just better to just block them. Like, you would have the best intentions. Sometimes, most times, they're not even worth that breath. Just block their ass. If someone is being abusive or crossing your boundaries that you have set for yourself and your page, do not hesitate to block or report them. Baby, I am a Karen when it comes to the internet. If I don't like what the hell you have to say to me and it was disrespectful, we can debate. We can agree to disagree, but the minute that you become verbally abusive or disrespectful, or I feel like you took me out of character and now I want to meet you outside, I gotta block you. You gotta go. And I'm gonna report you, depending on what you said to me. Your mental health is the most important. Social media is not a real place. It's not. It's fun if you let it be fun, but it's not a real place. But your mental health is real. You are real. Your thoughts and feelings are real. How these things affect you are real. And sometimes that means removing toxic people from your online space. One of the things that I do, baby, I have so many people restricted, family members included. I can't do the monitoring spirits. I can't. It's so many people that I know in my real life that do not support me, but they watch everything I do. I went to a family event a few weeks ago, and the things that they were talking to me about was strictly stuff that they seen on social media because I don't deal with them in real life. And that let me know, oh, so y'all been watching. I ain't got not one congratulations on this yet, not one I'm proud of you, not one, okay, girl, I see you, not none of that. But you watching though. Okay. Well, it's important to protect your mental health and well-being. You are not obligated to engage with anyone being cruel or harmful. Remember, your online environment should be a reflection of what you value, and you get to set the tone. So if you wouldn't allow that shit in your personal life, don't allow that shit on the internet. So let's talk about the long-term strategy for handling these negative comments. One of the best ways to minimize negative comments in the first place is by being proactive with your content and how you communicate. So here's what I do. So be clear in your messaging. So the clearer and more transparent about who you are, what you offer, your policies, your personal values, the less room there is for misunderstanding. If you're running a business, make sure your website, social media posts, and interactions are all aligned with your brand's voice and values. So one of the things that I have here, right? I have a little mini fridge and it has like shots in it and Jello shots and alcohol and stuff like that, right? I'll never forget a few years ago, this girl came to me and she was like, I've never been to a professional hairstylist before. And I was like, okay, well, hey girl, it's the first time for everything, whatever. And so she starts telling me about the situation with the last girl that used to do her hair. And the whole thing was very much ghetto. And then she ends up telling me like, oh yeah, like I know, I already know how you are. Like I can't drink with you. And I was thinking in my head, like, why would I drink with you? Like I'm at work. I don't care how much liquor is in that refrigerator. You're going to get sober, 100% sober, who gives a shit about her job, attention to detail me. Like, what are we talking about? You went through what you went through with the last lady because y'all was taking shots together instead of her doing your hair. Baby, no, I don't get down like that. So, number 2, build positive engagement. Try to create an online community that is supportive and positive. This is something that I aim for on this page, on my hair page, on my TikTok, any platform under me. We are positive here. Even when we talk about the uncomfortable things, it's all meant as a way of making others feel seen, creating a community here. This is why my channel is called The Good Homegirl. I'm the good homegirl. Y'all the good homeboys and homegirls. We have a community here. Anybody that jumps in them comments being funny, baby, they get blocked. I don't always see it, and I know sometimes y'all get on them. But if I catch it first, baby, you out of here. We don't play them games. It says engage with your followers regularly, respond to comments, thank them for their support, and create content that invites positive interaction. When your community is focused on positivity, the negative voices will be fewer and farther between. I 100% can vouch for this. This is something that I do in my own personal life, in my professional life. When I changed the things that I allowed around me, when I changed how I spoke, when I changed the content, the people, the comments that I engaged in, things changed. One of the things that I try to do is if I see like a social media video, post, whatever, and it's one of those things that may be otherwise controversial because like I said, maybe it's a girl on there talking about how pretty she is and the rest of the world don't think she's pretty. And I'd be like, period, poo, like you supposed to think you pretty. It don't matter what nobody else say, you supposed to be pretty to you. I try to make sure that I leave love under the comment section. If I see, you have those beginner stylists that are doing hair, and it's not going to be the sleekest ponytail when they first start. You got to learn just like the rest of us. You know what I do when everybody's in the comments talking shit? I get in baby inbox and be like, hey, friend, so I saw that you did your ponytail like this, and this. These are the products that I use. This is how I do this. Try it and get back to me and let me know if that made a difference for you. Like, it's so easy to be kind. And, baby, listen, I don't want that bad juju, okay? So, I'm not finna put no nasty energy and stuff out there because I don't need it back. I've been through enough in my life, okay? Use feedback as growth. Sometimes negative comments are a reflection of a genuine need for improvement. So, if you start noticing consistent themes in feedback, like multiple customers commenting on the same issue, use that as an opportunity for growth. I now invite uncomfortable conversations because it's caused me to grow at such an accelerated rate, and I'm so grateful for that. It may mean tweaking your services, adjusting your content, or even clarifying your communication. At the end of the day, you control your response. It can be tough to face criticism, especially in a public space. But remember, how you handle negativity speaks volumes about you, your business, and your character. By staying calm, responding thoughtfully, and protecting your peace, you can turn potentially damaging situations into opportunities for growth. And remember, don't take it personal. Half these people you don't even know. And even the ones you know, be honest. You probably don't even care about the people like that. Negative comments say more about the person posting them than about you. Stay confident in who you are and keep focusing on the positive people and things in your life. That's how I am. Negativity gets no attention around here. I catch it, I block it. And if I don't know whether you're being a little shady, I used to ask for clarification. Baby, I don't give a shit. I'll leave you right there. Some people just want the attention. When they realize you're not paying them no mind, baby, they'll delete their comment and move on. Or they'll unfollow you and move on. But once again, and as always, I hope that this message reaches who it needs to. There's so much. You all have so much to offer. Don't let nobody make you feel like, oh, I shouldn't do this. I have those moments. I still do where I be like, oh, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Why am I even bothering? And you can feel them energies too sometimes. If this is what you want to do, if you want to have your own platform, baby, you do that. Don't let anybody make you feel like you shouldn't be doing it. Because like I said, half the people that are criticizing you have not even tried. Half the people criticizing you don't have a lick of nothing going on. I had somebody tell me years ago when my channel, my hair channel, was starting to finally take off. And I had that channel for like 5 years, but I just wasn't really uploading content. And I remember telling this person, which was mistake number one, that like, oh yeah, I'm about to get back into content creation. Like, I can't believe just thinking about how far I could have been had I not stopped, you know? And so when it started to pick up, you know, I didn't want to admit that it was jealousy, but this particular friend, and I'm using air quotes, y'all can't see it, but this particular friend was they got real nasty with me. So there was a falling out, and it was one of those like, here's what I really think about you sessions. And one of the things that she said that still sticks with me is, you don't want me to have a platform because you know I would be your competition. And it was one of those like, oh, that's what this is. Okay. So I've been your friend this whole time, but I've been a threat to you. So instead of it being like, oh, this is happening for my friend, so it's going to happen for me too, because I'm definitely one that I be wanting to bring my friends with me. She took it as, why her and not me? And on that particular day, she couldn't hold it in anymore, which is very disappointing because I loved her to death, but it is what it is. But if you found this helpful, once again, I would so appreciate if you would share it with someone who might need a little guidance. You know, this is not an easy thing to navigate, and it is an exercise muscle. You're going to see a comment that's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. It happened to me the other day. I had posted on here a recipe of me making my favorite Mexican soup, albondigas. And it was wild because the comments, like when I came back to the comments, y'all, they were so racist. They was talking about how it's only appropriation when somebody copies black culture. And it was so sad because if you know me in real life, you know that number one, I am a LA kid. Okay, Mexican food is our culture. That's number one. Number two, I never claimed to have created the goddamn soup myself. Number three, my in-laws are Mexican. My first friends were Mexican. Yo habla español. Like, my favorite food is Mexican food. My children are Mexican. Their last name is Mora. My children are all bilingual. Not that I owe anyone an explanation, right? But that goes back to people are criticizing you because they don't know. And when I saw it, because I just be living in my own little bubble being myself, I didn't even like realize how bad that shit really hurt my feelings at first. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, and then when I talked to my kid's dad about it, he was like, yeah, they're ignorant. He was like, because they don't even understand that, like, my entire Mexican family loves you. To the point where, like, when I don't show up to events, they be like, where's my girl? Like, what? My own father-in-law was like, girl, you more Mexican than me. You speak more Spanish than I do. I'm fully immersed. I don't appropriate. I appreciate. I love Mexican culture. Hispanic culture, yes, but Mexican culture specifically. Like, I love it, and them is my people. What are we talking about? But I had to shake that, and I had to say, these people don't know me. So all they see is a black person, as if there's not black Hispanics, but all they see is a black person making a soup. And I don't do no fancy stuff. I make it the way that his abuela would make it. But y'all don't know me. So of course you're going to comment on it, because it made you feel away. Maybe you mad because you want something. Maybe you mad because you don't know how to make it yourself. I don't fucking know. I don't care. So I just have to bring that up because it happens to us in everyday life. It could be anything, child. You could say, I'm going to start making Hello Kitty bonnets, and somebody will be like, I'm so tired of that cat. Not your problem. Don't you fucking worry about it. Do what makes you happy. Make your content your passion project and let it be happy. The Good Homegirl page doesn't have nearly as much engagement or as many followers as You Pay I Slay does, my hair page. And I like that because it's my genuine community. Like, y'all come because y'all want to be here. Like, I'm not quote unquote performing. This does not work for me. Like I've said in multiple videos, I genuinely have this channel because I enjoy having it. Self-help content is enjoyable for me. I like to sow into others. because I know what it's like to not feel seen. I know what it's like to be going through certain things and no one has, no one cares. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you all. I have a parent-teacher conference to get to that I'm probably going to be a few minutes late to, but I appreciate you. As always, please share, please subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to y'all the next time. Bye.